All right, the long-awaited power rankings. Specifically, my power rankings, Emmett's power rankings for the map rando, the map randomizer. So let's get cooking. Let's see what we're dealing with here. So this will be top 10. Just because ranking beyond that gets a little bit messy. And this is from, my point of view, but my cold, hard logic point of view. Yes, number 1, Emmett. No, I'm not even close to top 10. So, I'll be as unbiased as possible. We're going to look at the results and just start slamming some people on this list and see what we got. Start up some controversy. Let's do it. So here we go. This is how we're going to determine our rankings. Basically, I just have a tab of like the top 20 players, and I don't want to drag, so let's try to get through this as quick as possible. So the number 1 hot controversy pick for rank 1. Actually, you know what? We should start from the bottom. Actually, that's impossible. We actually have to start from the top. It's too hard to start from below. It's actually impossible. We have to start from the top. Okay, so we have Os. And here's the issue with Os. Os, everyone thinks is the best. And Os may very well be the best. But I just don't see enough races recently. So let's see what they got. I'm assuming this is tournaments. So 2-0 over MM2. MM2 is powerful runner in map randos. Looks like Oats and Os had a little 1v1 action. Os taking that. Os, Eddie, Andy. Os number 1 again. Os over Oats. Os losing to Solski and Derp. That's kind of insane. I don't know what's going on with that. Os over Paf. I guess this is probably tournament as well, or qualifier or something. And then we have Os over here at 6. And we've seen these results before at 4th and so on. And then some firsts and then 6. However, we got to kind of rank these. We've got to come up with a system here. So I want to do these bi-weekly. So we're going to look at the most recent results within 2 weeks. What has changed in the last 2 weeks? Has anything changed? I think the only thing that's changed is Aussie has just raced less people. A lot of first, done very well. I don't know. Based off this, it's pretty hard to rank. So let's look at the next couple contenders for rank 1. Let's look at Eddie. How's Eddie been doing the past couple weeks? Let's see, 3rd to Oats and Nevdi. I heard Oats has just been beating Eddie every single time they're raced together. Pretty rough. This one I'm not going to count because Eddie was actually ahead and had a DNF because I was watching the stream. Eddie very well could have won this. It would have been close. So I just won't really count that. Let's see, Eddie at 3rd. Eddie losing the Oats here. Eddie winning this race. Eddie losing the Oats here, but beating everyone else. Zeb and Oats taking it. Oats beating Eddie here. Dude, Oats is actually on a tear. What's going on? Okay, Aussie beating Oats. Aussie beating Eddie, I mean. What the hell? Eddie probably had to go again. Eddie never will DNF, so this is kind of weird. So he probably just had to go. Look at Seffi just taking it, though. Damn. Oh, this is any percent. Shit, we need to be careful. This is any percent, no one cares. Eddie actually did have to DNF that. It was an any percent qualifier. All right, let's ignore those. Let's see. So this is still 727. This is only 3 days of info. Okay, we got to go faster. All right, so Eddie number 1. Eddie number 1. Eddie number 1 over Naito. Naito, that was the race. Over Nitro Zeb Oats. Andy, this is a really good race. Over Naito. Solski beating Eddie. That's like negative 10 power rankings. Okay, let's see. Over Linux. Over Nevdi. I mean, Eddie still looks really strong to me. And the thing is, you have to be like, he's still consistently getting like top 3. But we got to look, because we have even more info. This was close. Audra hasn't done much map rando, but extremely good. Okay, let's see. Paf, Nevdi, Zeb beating. Okay, 2nd here. Only losing to Nevdi. Losing to Oats here. Not a ton's changed. Damn, I remember when Seffi won this. Eddie taking 1st here over Derp Zeb Os. I mean, based on the results, Eddie's just more active. It's actually hard for me to want to put Os number 1, to be honest. But let's look at Zeb. I have to look at Zeb And I think I have to look at Zeb and Simo real quick. There's like almost an argument for Zeb 2 being number 1, I think. So let's look at Zeb. Okay, second, Baron actually cooked Zeb. Let's go Baron. All right, Zeb over Andy Sulsky. Zeb over Andy Nitro and Emmett. That's a big win for him, dude. Am I right? All right, Zeb over Sephi, me, and Oates. Zeb over Nevdi, Oates, and Nitro, and Sephi. Zeb. Okay, these results are actually insane. This is actually kind of insane. Zeb number 2 here. Zeb number 3 here, only losing to Eddie and Oates. Zeb number 3 here, only losing to Nitro and Eddie. I mean, Zeb just doesn't ever get bad results. Like, okay, Zeb gained second to Nitro, but beating Nevdi. Zeb first here. This is crazy, dude. Oh boy, I might have to give Zeb the number 1 spot, because this is based off the last 2 weeks. It's pretty close. I just can't. I think Eddie and Zeb's results are really close. I would say Eddie and Zeb are damn near even in terms of results at the moment, nearly. I know people want to see me give an accurate rating, and I will do that. The thing is, Eddie has a lot of nice races, but Zeb's just in more races with more people, so the results almost look a little better. But I don't know. It's extremely close, and Zeb's been a little more active recently. Okay, Os, here's the issue. He's getting... I can't rank Os number 1. And this is the reason. I just don't know how he's gonna do. He doesn't have any races recently. His races are too far gone. So I know people are gonna be mad, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna get this out of the way. Okay? I'm gonna get this out of the way. Now listen. Asterisk. Os could easily be number 1. I just don't have the info. No one does. He doesn't race big groups anymore. We don't know how he's doing versus the new and improving everyone. Oates, Nitro, Nevdi, Zeb, Eddie. Like, all these guys are racing so much and doing so well. Os just has not been playing any of them recently. So it's too hard to tell. If I'm going to be doing bi-weekly rankings, we have to then base it off that. And yes, the last 2 weeks results do impact it. We have the previous data, which we're working with, but the last 2 weeks will now influence it. I am having a lot of trouble with Zeb and Eddie at the moment, but I'm gonna reach back to it. But this is what I'm gonna do for now. However, this isn't set in stone. I don't have that info, Eddie. So there's secret info I don't have, and that's his fault. I don't have that info. This is all the info I got. I see this. I guess the times are pretty important too. The cookage with the time is important. I still don't... Okay, my issue is lack of results though. I don't really care, Eddie. Actually, you know what? I just don't care. Because here's the problem. I just don't care because this from 7:30 to 7:17, you guys all have like 20 races. And within that time period, Os gets 6 here. He wins these, gets 3rd here, and then just has like these last few races that he wins that are really good, and then 2 tournament matches. I get that, but this is the info I have, so I'm gonna commit to this, and I kind of don't care what you think. So let's keep going. I'm done with Os. I can't rank him. I can't look at it anymore. So Eddie and Zeb will circle back to. Let's look at Simo. Let's check out Simo. So Simo's crazy. Is crazy. Yeah, opponents matter. So Simo's nuts and Simo's cracked. Oh, Oates has no volume. Hold on. Anyways, back to business. So let's go. Let's start ranking. Let's get back to Simo. All right, let's see Simo. Wait, what happened here? Is this a tournament? So Simo won versus Nitro, then lost. Maybe they're just duking it out 1v1. Not too sure what's going on here, but okay. Simo versus Spiffy. Simo versus Sponge. Double win. This looks like the tournament. Os. Okay, someone tell Oats we've already looked at all that data, like a ton. I've already looked at everything past this month. So I'm just looking at the month of 7. I already have all the other info. Okay, anyways. So let's see. Simo. I know Simo's really good, but man, Simo does do some weird things. And Simo doesn't race a lot. But Simo has like some crazy races. Like right here, just first. Like, what? But man, Simo doesn't race that much either. Beat the game. Okay, map Rando here. DNF. Oh wait, no, they actually finished. Something crazy must have happened. The variance is too hard, and again, it's just not enough info. Like, this is the end of this month, and we've already looked at these. We've already looked at this info here, but I know Simo's like extremely good, and I'll still rank Simo based on these things, but it is really hard. No, Zope's being an... Zope, you're an idiot, dude. I literally only care about quality, not the amounts. But I do care about actually racing. If you guys want bi-weekly ratings, then we care about recency. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm actually going to disable... Hold on. Charles, don't donate anymore. I gotta disable these. This is for a video. I'm disabling it. I'm gonna disable it right now. Hold on. Don't do it. All right, whatever. I don't care. Get scammed. Okay, let me look at Nitro. All right, let me look at Nitro. Okay, how has Nitro been doing? Baron, Zeb, Nevdi beating Nitro. Okay, Nevdi, Derp. No, this is beat the game. This is it. Okay. Nitro over Simo. Simo over Nitro. Zeb, Andy over Nitro. Oats, Nevdi, Zeb over Nitro. It looks like... Okay. Let me look at Oats since Oats is freaking out and doesn't even understand anything. I guess he doesn't have audio on, so he like really just doesn't get it. Not looking at this. Okay. Oats, Zeb, Eddie over Nitro. Nitro being Lunix. I mean, Nitro's consistent. But Nitro's been kind of getting cooked. Not cooked, but just not like as much of a contender for like up here. Well, then again, Nitro has the ability though. All right, let's see. Nitro's, nope, that's wrong. Nitro 2-0 over Bressingham. Bressingham's really good too. Nitro races a lot. See, we're only on 724. We're only on 724 and at night. These are all... I do value racing a lot. People don't understand that will influence your rankings. You can't be as consistent if you're just running a ton. If Aussie plays 5 races a month and just beats people, it's too hard to know. So like you have to value that as well. So you have to look at consistency. It's nuts. And then look, so we're not even that deep yet. So now Nitro's cooking Eddie, Derp, Nevdi, Oats, cooking Zeb, Nevdi. See, dude, then Nitro just has these kind of results. Nitro's crazy. Nitro's kind of an Oats. Okay, this is gonna be hard. I almost still want to place Simo above Nitro, but it's so hard. Nitro. Oh man, it's kind of a rough result for him. This would beat the game. Look at how much Nitro races, dude. All right, let's look at Oats. Oats is having like a... Actually, I gotta look at Nevdi first, because this is I think this is important. Let's look at Nevdi. Nevdi losing to Baron and Zeb. Baron cooked this race. Nevdi losing to MM2, beating Nitro and Derp. Nevdi losing to Oat, but beating Eddie, Andy, Lunix, Baron. Losing to Zeb, beating Oat and Nitro. Losing to Zeb, beating Derp, Mo, Spiffy. Nevdi over Mo in the race. Oh, close. Okay, Nevdi... Lunix Pathos. All right, that's any percent. Oh my god, I can't with Oats, who has the volume off, so he can't. Okay, whatever. All right, let's see. Nevdi's at Nebdy's been racing a lot too. Nebdy's been racing a lot too. 724. Eddie over Nebdy. Nebdy beating a lot of people here. I feel like Nebdy's results are really good, and I almost want to cement Nebdy as 4th over Simo. Because Nebdy's racing a lot and doing really well. I gotta look at Oats actually. I'm gonna put Nebdy here for now, but let's look at Oats's. Shit. Let's look at Oats. Let's look at Oats. Okay, so this is kind of a bad race for him. All right, so Baron, Zeb, Nebdy, Nitro over Oats, beating Paf. Oats losing to Zeb, Andy, Solsky, Luke beating RJ. 2 bad races, beating Alexander. Okay, so beating Nebdy, Andy, Eddie, Baron. Let's see. Okay. Natalie. Oh, DNF. Everyone DNF'd? What happened here? I don't really know what happened here. So it's kind of weird. I probably won't think much of it. Okay, Oats. Oh, yeah. Eddie had a DNF. Oats has been playing a lot, which is also important. Okay. Right. Oats over Eddie here. Oats losing to Eddie and Ka. Oats losing to Emmett, Sephi, and Zeb. All right, so let's see. Zeb and Nebdy over Oats. Oats beating Nitro, Sephi, and Lunix. Who's Luke? Okay, Aussie over Oats. I know they did that little 1v1. Oats winning. Oats is so weird, dude. I don't understand. He just literally can lose, and then he just gets rank 1. So I don't really get it. So Oats had, I would say Oats had a string of not so great races, and then Oats just gets, and this isn't that far long ago. First. These 3 first, I think, are huge. I mean, they're pretty huge. First over Eddie, Lunix, Poff. First over Zeb, Eddie, Nitro, Lunix, Poff. First over Eddie, Zeb, Nitro, Andy, Lunix, Poff. First over Emmett, Lunix beating Oats, then Oats over Nevdi. Oats over... Okay, and then back to normality. Eddie over Nitro, Zeb, Oats. Oats, Lunix. I mean, that is a spree of good races, but I still can't realistically put him above Nevdi. There's no shot. However, I got to keep going because Oats races a lot. So let's see. Oats over Lunix. Okay, Eddie, Nevdi, Baron, Nitro, Lynx over Oats. Nevdi, Derp, Eddie, Nitro over Oats. Oats beating Lunix, Lynx. Oats over Eddie, Poff. Oats over Lunix. What's up with this? Okay. Oats over Lunix, Andy, Solsky. Solsky and Eddie beating Oats. Derp and Spiffy beating Oats. Nevdi, Spiffy, Lunix beating Oats. Let's see. Spiffy over Oats. Oss over Oats. Eddie, Derp over Oats. Nitro, Zeb over Oats, but Oats beating Nevdi. Eddie, Zeb, Spiffy, Nevdi over Oats. Oats beating Oss, though, and Andy and Solsky. Bressingham, still good wins. Here's another first for Oats over Eddie, Luke, Spiffy, and then Oats getting 7th. Okay, so here's the deal. And then Oats getting 4th. So Oats literally can beat anyone, for sure. I'm just doing it based off results I'm seeing. Purely how I am interpreting the results over the last, like, and I've already looked at info prior, so I'm looking mostly this month, the month of July. So okay, this is another strong showing. He just had another strong day. Oats over Nitro, Eddie, Audra, and then Oats over Nevdi, Super Sponge. I mean, not the craziest competitors. Nevdi, and then gets 8th. 3rd. He's just a little inconsistent. Listen, if you guys are taking this too serious, then just relax. I don't know what to tell you. All right, here we go. I'm gonna get back. I guess I don't know how to rank Simo and Oats. I almost want to put Oats a 6 or 5th or 6. Actually, I think Nitro, Simo, and Oats are all like nearly tied. Let me look at Spiffy now. Okay, Simo over Spiffy. Spiffy over Simo over Spiffy. Spiffy, Zeb, Nevdi, Derp. I think Spiffy hasn't really been racing lately. Spiffy over Pirates. I mean, it's a good race for him. Derp, Oats, Nitro. Over Nevdi, Oats. Over Oats. Actually, Spiffy's recent results are kind of decent. Nevdi, Eddie, Zeb. It's really hard to rank Spiffy. Not enough results lately, but it's hard to say. Spiffy's actually really good, though. Oh! It's pretty impossible. It's pretty impossible. The only reason I might rank Oats higher is just because I think Oats is more... Ah, man. I need to just throw some names down here and then just see how it looks. Simo's weird. It's hard for me to rate Simo. Simo, I think Simo, Nevdi, Simo, Spiffy, Oats, and Nitro are all like crazy close. I just wish Simo raced more. Yeah, I think Nevdi's number 4 after looking at it. I actually think it makes sense. I mean, Derp has good results too, honestly. Like, Derp's results are actually really good. Damn, Derp's results are actually good, but there's not enough data, maybe. Wait, Derp's result... Wait. Derp's results are actually, like, insane recently. Looking at these results, these Derps right now... almost feels like Derps. Oh no, okay, let me hold on. I gotta relook. Delete from my brain. These are all beat the game. Beat the game, beat the game, beat the game, beat the game. Okay, map rando. Zeb and Nevdi beating Derp. Derp beating Spiffy Mo. Okay, Derp. Did Derp... Oh, Derp lost to Bressingham, maybe? Okay. Derp beating Nevdi, Oats, Lynx, but losing to Eddie Nitro. Derp beating On Funny. Derp being On Funny. Okay. Beating Oats, Nitro, Baron. Losing to Spiffy. Losing to Oats, beating Oats. Losing to Eddie, beating Oats. Beat Solsky, Austin, and Andy. Man, Derp's results are pretty solid too. Huh. Derp beats Oats apparently every time. This is beat the game, beat the game. Honestly, pretty tough to rank Derp too. You guys aren't making this easy. I mean, you're just not making it easy. Wow, losing to Emmett though? This is so long ago. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I wish Oats was just a little more consistent. What happens if I put... Simo's really good, but the result... Okay, let's put Simo here. And then where would I put these? Who's above and who's below Simo? I just don't know. Between Spiffy. Spiffy kind of just feels better than some of these guys. But it's hard to say. The results are pretty solid, but just not enough results. So it's really hard for me to rank. Let me look at Oats and Nitro again. Let me look at Nitro and then Oats. I just don't know who's above. I might actually put Oats above Nitro. So many beat the games, man. Is that fair to put Oats above Nitro, though? Oh, these are so long. Hold on. Let me go to first. Maybe not. I don't know. The problem is Simo just hasn't done enough. I just need to see more from Simo. That's the biggest issue. And Oats has a few really strong placements. Oats still has rough placements, but I would say, I guess, so does Nitro sometimes. So that's like the issue. I wish I had more stuff from Spiffy. I actually might put Spiffy above. I might put Spiffy above Simo too. It's hard. I just don't have enough info. So what happens if we do something like this? Let's look at we'll look at it again. We'll circle back. Yeah, but head-to-head's weird. I know Simo's really good. I just don't know who to... But Spiffy's results are also good, but doesn't play enough. So it's hard to say. But let me do this for now. Let's see how this feels. I don't really like ranking. The thing is, I think Spiffy could just also be up here. Easily. I think all these four are so interchangeable. It's a problem. And then Eddie and Zeb I need to look at again more carefully. But 9 and 10 is going to be impossible, so let's try to figure this out. Derp seems really good too. So who is 10? There's a lot of options. Let's look at I'm going to look at Seffi, I think, and Bressingham. So let's look at Sephi first. Race time points is like garbage. You just gotta look at the results. Okay, let's see Sephi's. Okay, so... Okay, Mo and Paf beats Sephi. Sephi beats Mo, Emmett, Paf. Sephi beats Cheesy, Lynx, Lunix. Sephi loses Zeb, beats Oats. Loses Nitro, Oats, and Zeb. All like kind of expected. Lost to Andy and Oats. Okay. Map Rando. Okay, lost to basically everyone. Yeah, I'm just trying to see. I just want to see. Getting a random first here is pretty nuts. Yeah, if I wanted points, I'd choose my races, right? I mean, points are just weird. So you just have to look at like who's beating who. Okay. I mean, I do think Sephi has pretty good results, but I think he also struggles sometimes and just gets cooked. That's kind of the problem. So I think I probably can't... I'm probably not thinking Sephi's top 10, but it's close. I think it can be... Sephi has potential for sure to cook. All right, let's look at... You know what? Let's look at Solski and Andy real quick. What's going on with Andy these days? Andy beats Solski and Oats. Andy did beat Solski in the tournament. I do think that's good. Andy does beat Baron and Mo. Okay. Kind of expected losses. Baron, Lynx, and Paf. All good. Andy beats Solski again. And here's the thing. Andy's racing a shit ton. So, like, that influences it. If you race this much, you're going to have more sporadic results. Losing to Zeb, but beating Nitro. Beating Solski twice again. Okay, so pretty damn last few days are nice. Let's see. And then Andy does this where he loses to Lynx, Spiffy, Mo, Derp, Nevdi, Zeb. Beats Lunix and myself. Beats Lunix, Paf. Loses to better players. Eddie and Os. Okay. Eddie, Nitro, Zeb, Oats. Beats Lunix. So pretty consistently placing where he kind of should. Beats Solski again. So Eddie's actually been finally beating Solski again, very recently. Okay, let's see. Andy. I mean, these are like expected losses outside MM2 and Solski, sort of. I guess Derp, I'm not too sure about. Os, Oats, Spiffy, Zeb, Eddie, Nevdi, beating really good players still. And Seth Oats. I mean, Andy can pop off. Okay, so... Who else do we need to look at? Okay, let's look at Nito. This is very awkward. Probably not enough info on this still. But let's just look super quick. Eddie over Nito. Eddie over Nito. Nito over Opla. Okay, Nito over Simo Derp. Losing to Os. Dude, these results, I actually can't rank him still. I can't. You know what? I have to X this out. I'm not going to waste the mental power. I think Nito's really good and has insane potential, but... not enough info, and I just can't properly assess that. But Nito could be sick and really good, and it's hard to tell. And they already for sure are really good. We just can't truly grasp how good they are with so little races. Okay, let's look at Derp again. Derp third, beating Oats, Zeb, Andy. Derp being Smelly and Smellin' Nitro. I think Derp's results are really good. Again, they don't race a ton, but oh wait, let's start from here. Not beat the game, beat the game, beat the game, beat the game. Map Rando, okay. Zeb and Nevdi over, but beating Spiffy, Limo, Lynx, Andy, Bressingham, I think beat him. Oh man, Bressingham, dude. All right, Derp beating. Dude, Derp has really good results sometimes though. These are actually pretty solid. Let's look at Bressingham one more time. Okay, Bressingham, that's any percent. Okay, over Derp here in the tournament. Over Prayers. Okay, that's any percent. Losing a Nitro. Okay. Over Lunic. Okay, map losing a Baron. Not a ton of races either. Okay, here's the deal. I think I have to put Derp. I don't think Bressingham makes it either. Let's look at Solski super quick in a sec. But I'm thinking that it's going to be... I think we have our players to fill out almost. I think I'm gonna put Derp above Andy though. Let's take another gander. Okay, so let me look at this. This is kind of what I'm thinking here. Let's just look at this. Let's look at this a little bit and reassess the questionable ones. Boom. Zeb and Eddie. We have to look at that some more. These 4, I could change any of these comfortably and be happy with that. Nebdi, I think, does cement a solid 4th here now, though. Derp and Andy's kind of interesting. I just think Derp has slightly... The problem, it's so hard because Andy could also just be 9th because Derp doesn't race as much. So it's a little unfair. It's a little hard to tell. But yeah, it's just tough. It's actually really, really tough. And I don't love ranking Spiffy so low because I know Spiffy like cooks. So, but it's not really low. You have to look at who else the competition is. All right, let's look at Solsky. Map Rando. Okay. Zeb, Andy over Solsky. Andy over Solsky. Andy Solsky. Andy. Holy shit, Andy! Huh? What happened to my man? What happened, dude? All right, Solsky over Eddie, Andy, Natalie, Zeb over Solsky, Zeb over Solsky, Andy over Solsky again. Okay, okay, Solsky beating Oates and Andy though. Solsky beating us, MM2, Andy, and not a ton of races. Okay, I will say, if Solsky races more, if Solsky raced more, there's potential, okay, for Solsky to make an appearance. These I'm so uncomfortable with, but it's tough. I think Nitro could be above Oates as well. It's really, and I actually think this is just uncomfortable, these rankings currently, but I think I just have to do it. I think you could easily change Simo and Nitro. Aussie at 3rd's weird. He's just not, I'm not seeing enough races. I'm not seeing enough data. Aussie potentially is just number 1, and I don't know. Let's look at Eddie and Zeb one last time before we cement these bi-weekly ratings. Obviously, they're so close. It's really hard to determine, but let's look at Eddie and Zeb once more. Okay, I'm gonna close all of these. Let's do it. Here we go. Boom. Do the thing. Do the thing. How do I get it to do the thing? Okay, it's not gonna do the thing I want it to do. That's fine. That's fine. We'll just compare like this. All right. Let's just go through. Let's go through and see who is number 1 between Zeb and Eddie for my list. Let's see here. Okay, Oates and Nebdi over Eddie. Eddie beating Analytics. Okay. Eddie had a DNF. Oates over Eddie. Okay. Eddie over Oates. Oates over Eddie. Zeb and Oates over Eddie. Okay. Oates over Eddie. Eddie over Zeb. All right. Oss over Eddie. Seffi popping off in the 80% race. What a legend. Okay. What did you get? Oh, yeah, that was that race. I mean, honestly, you're right. Okay, Eddie over Nitro, Zeb, Oates. It's really good. Eddie over Nito in that race. Solid 2-0. Solsky over Eddie. It's kind of rough. Eddie over everyone. Eddie over Nebdi, Baron, Nitro, Lynx, Oates. Nitro over Eddie. Eddie over Derp, Nebdi, Oates. Okay. Eddie places so consistent. I have to just look at the other. Did well to persevere in this race. Zeb, Nebdi, Paf over Eddie. The further back I go. Okay, Eddie over Zeb, but lose to Nebdi. Eddie here. Eddie over here. Sorry, I'm just quietly thinking about it now, so I don't wear myself out. Okay, so, all right, let's look at Zeb. Let's look at Zeb. Now what's going on with Zeb? Map Rando. Okay, 2nd. Beating Nebdi Nitro. 1st, beating Andy Solsky. Okay. And Oates over Nitro Andy. Over Oates and Seffi. Over Nebdi Oates Nitro. Over Nebdi Derp Spiffy. Andy. Zeb over Eddie Nitro, losing to Oates. Losing to Eddie and Oates over Nitro Andy. Losing to Eddie and Nitro over Oates. Zeb over Solsky. Zeb beating Nebdi, losing to Nitro. Zeb over Nebdi, Poff, Eddie. Nebdi over Zebdi. Nitro over Zeb. Zeb beating... Oh, we say Nebdi over Zeb. Nitro over Zeb. Zeb over Oates and Nevdi. Zeb over Puff. Baron. Let's see. Nevdi, Eddie. Man! They are... I actually think they're like dead even. Oh my god. I wonder if I would give this slight edge to Eddie for consistency, but I don't know in more recent results. But I don't know if that's even fair to do. I might have to go further back to then rate appropriately because of the less races, because Eddie does race more. I think this is extremely hard, but I might value Eddie racing more and still being more consistent. I know him back more than 2 weeks. I think it's really tough. I do value how much you've been racing lately, though, and still getting good results. And Zeb has raced a little less recently, I guess. Good results from Zeb, though. But I need to see more, like, powerhouse. I mean, this is solid. This is really good. But there are 2 races where, you know, he loses the other top 2 runners. And then it goes for enough back. You know what? I think this is really, 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 really tough. But I think I'm going to give it to Eddie here. Looking at the results again. I thought it was Zeb. I thought it was Zeb won. I think I'm going to slight edge for Eddie only because more races recently and just still consistency. Consistently consistent consistency. So I think this is it. Honestly, this makes me uncomfortable, this list, because I think Zeb and Eddie are essentially interchangeable. Aussie could easily still be rank 1. I just don't have enough results anymore. I think Nevdi makes a really strong 4th now and separates him slightly from this pack. That's how I think that is probably the biggest change, is Nevdi like separates himself from this pack, sort of. I think Oates is relatively on the cusp, and I think Spiffy being 8th is fucked up because Spiffy actually could just be 5th here. Spiffy could easily be 5th here, looking at the results, but Spiffy hasn't done like as much with everyone, so it's kind of hard. Derp has pop-off potential. Andy's been playing really well, and now that top 10's even harder, so it's pretty sick. So this is the list, guys. This is top 10 power rankings, Imit's power rankings for Super Metroid Map Randomizer. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is it. I don't know. And like I said, it makes me uncomfortable, but it's top 10. It's super competitive, and everything's changing so much because everyone's just playing constantly. This is crazy. Yes, starting today, my first power rankings was a trial run, but from here on out, we will have plus arrows. We are going to do this bi-weekly every Thursday. So in 2 weeks, we'll have a new, fresh list. So subscribe to YouTube, stay tuned, and you'll see another one soon.